I'm Nyesha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Dedicated to the only serious choice, the gospel of Jesus Christ in music and the spoken word. You're watching Life Source Victory Television Live with me, your host, Pastor Nyesha McCauley, inviting you to sit back and relax for the next 8 minutes as we continue our journey into the life-changing, life-giving, everlasting word of the Most High God. My friends, it's time for the most important 8 minutes of the day, Bible study. Now, of course, it is my Bible study time that I spend with you. We try to do it each and every day right here at AccessTV.org. I want to welcome you aboard. For those of you that are interested in helping out and supporting in any particular way, the way we do that here is for you to share the program with friends, family, and foe. We're going to be reading out of the life-changing, life-giving, everlasting word of the Most High God on your television screen. For those of you who don't have Bibles, well. There you go. We've got one for you. Okay? Now, want to let you know, whether you're having an up day, down day, good day, or bad day, always take time out of your day for Bible study. So now I am working on 2 hours of sleep. The day before that, I had 4 hours of sleep. So if I get a little bit loopy, it's the sleep deprivation. But we're going to press our way through, making sure that we have Bible study. Okay, we're not going to let anything get in the way. And you know, the more you make that declaration, the more the spiritual battle continues to try and prevent you from getting there. Okay, when we were last together, we were where we are on your viewing screen in whatever device and wherever it is that you watch the program. Talking about the heroes of faith here. And so let's move down here to verse 4 and talk about Abel as a hero of faith. Yesterday we were talking about how, the worlds were framed by the word of God. God spoke and another thing became a thing, creative faith, and the power of creative faith. Okay, so God willed it into being. So faith, as we talked about yesterday, remember, faith is not your plan to get it done. Faith is it's done. Right? The best example or demonstration of faith is the completed work. Let's use for an example Atlanta. Okay? When they had the ice/snowstorm that happened a couple of weeks ago. It seems like months, but I think it was like just really a couple of weeks ago. Time flies so fast. And I am certain, I'm willing to put life and money on the line. I am certain, I could be wrong because there's always an outside chance, but I am certain that the city of Atlanta has an emergency plan for dealing with inclement weather like snow. I mean, it's not outside of the scope of reason, and so you would think that major metropolitan areas have emergency plans for any number of unforeseen or foreseen circumstances, from catastrophic fires that might engulf major sections of the city, if you've got any oil refineries, things like that, airport disasters, hospital disasters, towering infernos, all these kinds of things, and of course the dreaded snowfall. Okay, and so if you have a plan, there's no guarantee that the plan's going to work. You see, the plan, and this is where a lot of municipalities and governments get away with so much stuff, is because the plan is not a guarantee that there's going to be an effective and positive outcome. It's just a plan. It's something on paper. Okay? Now, you can know whether or not the plan was good by the outcome of the plan once the need for the plan is over. Okay, so whatever plan they had didn't work. Okay, either it didn't work because it wasn't implemented, it wasn't taken seriously, or it doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is the city was in gridlock. Children were on school buses for hours and hours and hours after they got out of school because of the gridlock. People abandoned their car. It was just chaos. And we're not talking like northeastern type winter weather. We're just talking like snow and ice, which can hamstring you, but particularly if you're not used to it and your quote unquote plan doesn't work. Now that's a long demonstration of the effectiveness of your plan, the outcome. So faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Show me the work, and I see the faith. Okay, so speaking it isn't faith. By faith, right on your screen. By faith, Abel, verse 4 at the top of your screen. Give verse 4 at the top of your screen. I can feel the potential of a longer than 8-minute Bible study coming. By faith, Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain. All right? The sacrifice didn't come because Abel was talking about it. He did it. It was not required of him. Okay? So there's always an outward manifestation of the faith that you say you have. If you have faith, then it's going to be demonstrated in some way. There's going to be an outward manifestation. That's why if people say that they love the Lord, but don't love their brother and sister, then the love of God is not in them, right? Because there has to be an outward manifestation of the love that went to the cross of Calvary to pay the price for your salvation. Now, if you've got a relationship with him, then that same love that he had for you is going to be demonstrated in some capacity for others. It's self-evident. You can't have it both ways, my friends. You can't have it both ways. All right, so by faith Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness, martyr. Remember, we talked about that yesterday. For those of you that missed yesterday's program, all you have to do is go to accesstv.org and go to channel 10, and all the 8-minute Bible studies are right there. Okay? So, he offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, his brother, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. All right, so one little verse there, verse 4. 4, by the way, is the number of human responsibility. His act of faith, all right, the outward manifestation of his faith, the work of his faith, all right. You want to talk about lack of work ethic in America? You could be directly linked to lack of faith in America. Okay, so his work, the desire for there to be an outward manifestation of that which he believed, cost him his life. You see, faith costs something. All right, and that's irrespective of what it is that one believes in terms of spiritually. All right. Jesus comes on the scene, as we said yesterday, and we'll reinforce over and over again. Jesus comes on the scene and he says, you have faith? All right. Great. Now, direct that faith in me. He comes on the scene and he says, make me the object of your faith. Because the point in fact is everybody has faith. All right. I have faith that this chair will support my weight. So I sit down in it with relative comfort that it's not going to collapse on me while I am on the air doing the program. All right. And that confidence that I have in the chair is demonstrated by an action and a belief. So, right, action based upon a belief that forms a confidence. Now, if I thought the chair would break from underneath me, all right, I wouldn't sit down. Okay. A lot of people can't overcome the fear of flying. All right. And fear is a perfect word. We use fear on purpose because fear means something. Fear is the absence of faith. All right. Or more, I shouldn't say that. Fear is a certain expectation of doom. Faith is a certain expectation of promise, of a manifestation for the good, if you will. All right? So, faith is the substance of things hoped for. All right? And hope, right? We hope for something we don't have. Once you have it, there's no longer a need to hope for it. So faith is the substance of things hoped for. All right, so our faith is in Jesus. So our outward manifestation and work is demonstrated toward Jesus. So we are working toward the salvation that he makes possible based upon his work on the cross. The demonstration of his faithfulness is the resurrection from the dead. The Bible says without the resurrection, we of all men are most miserable. Right? If there be no resurrection, we are of all men most miserable. We believe a lie, we teach a lie. All right? We embrace a lie if there's no resurrection. However, if there is a resurrection, then what power there is, okay? And in his ability, in the earthly manifestation of God, of the Godhead bodily, to overcome and defeat death, which is another story for another day and another teaching for another day, because of course we're out of time, right? And it's well expired. But let me say this in closing: that there has to be an outward manifestation of your faith. You say you trust and believe in God. You say you trust and believe in the completed finishing work of Jesus Christ on the cross of Calvary. So now, what are you doing to demonstrate that faith? Abel offered unto God a sacrifice. It so infuriated his brother Cain that Cain murdered him. But he being dead, yet speaketh. All right. Life-giving faith. Our time together has come to an end, my friend. Ye that have ears to hear, let them hear. We'll see you here tomorrow, and we'll do it all once again. Remember, when it's all said and done, the only thing you need to know is that Jesus Christ is Lord of Lords and King of Kings. He alone saves and changes lives. Make a conscious decision in light of all of the evidence out there to put your faith in Jesus Christ. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
The baby cries. The father changed directions. The mother's all cracked up, living inside her pain.